agricultural land. So now our lesson is agriculture. So we'll discuss about agriculture, some important topics. Okay, let's start. What you are observing in the picture? Yes. So our topic is agriculture, and do you know that different occupations we have, but this agricultural activity, is it important? Yes, it's so much important because our country's economical growth depends on agriculture. Clear? So this is very important in our country. And do you know how much percent or how much part of the population is engaged in agricultural activity? Two-third of population engaged in agricultural activity. Understood? And in this lesson, what we are going to start, first, how agriculture is important in an Indian economy. Okay? So mostly when we are observing agriculture, foods grows. Yeah? The food crops mainly. In the food crops, like food crops we have, non-food crops also we have. Okay? So majorly it produces food. Also it produces raw materials. So by using these raw materials, it can useful for an industry. That means these raw materials whichever produced in agricultural sector, it feeds the industries. Okay? So agriculture is a very important, and we have so many economical activities. In this economic activity, this comes under which activity? Primary. Very good. It's a very important primary activity. So let's discuss. Our topic first starts with types of farming today, and then cropping pattern, and later major crops. So first let's see the types of farming. Do you aware, children, the different technologies nowadays we are using, no? So previously, that means in olden times, this kind of heavy technology was there.
No.
Heavy technology that we are using now, combined harvesters, everything. So previously this was there?
No.
Then how? That time also agriculture was there, no?
Yes.
Yes? That means this, among the types of farming, we have the three important farming practices. One is primitive subsistence, intensive subsistence, and commercial farming. What is the first one? Primitive. Second?
Intensive, commercial.
Very good. So let's start with first primitive subsistence farming. So in this primitive, children, we have small enough amount of land, in small plots of land. That's a way of traditional methods. Traditional methods in the sense what? Digging sticks, okay, and plough shares. By using animals also, they plough the land. Clear? So most probably in previous times, even now also in tribal areas, this kind of farming is practiced. So this type of farming only performed for their survival. That means the farmer's family needs, whatever the needs are there, their children education or their requirements. So to meet the farmer's family's needs, this kind of activity, this kind of farming being done. So this is called primitive subsistence. So primitive subsistence to meet the farmer's family's requirements. That means for their survival, for their survival. And that too in a small patch of land they practice this in a small patch of area. And these primitive tools also may be used. So primitive tools means what? Like digging sticks and all. Even hoe, dove and digging sticks, more and more usage. Okay? And this type of, see, look at this. This type of mostly practiced by using of animals and by using of simple tools. Okay, that too in a traditional way of method, but not, they haven't used any kind of modern technology, modern methods like combined harvesters, okay, heavy machineries, okay, they haven't used in this. This kind of practice, we call this as a primitive subsistence farming. Okay, so in this primitive subsistence farming, we have another kind of primitive subsistence, that is only slash and burn agriculture. Okay, slash and burn. Do you aware what is slash and burn agriculture? Any idea, children? Have you heard this name? Slash and burn? In this slash and burn agriculture, first they select one patch of land. They select one patch of land. So in this patch of land, whatever the grass is there, first they burn the grasses, or whatever the trees are there or remaining grasses are there, no? First they clear it first. Okay, look at this. They clear it. So this is the process that they clearing the trees, the grown over trees. And after this, they burn the grass. They burn the grass. This is how they are burning the grass. Okay, so first they burn the grass, first they clear it, and then they burn the grasses. And after burning, what will remains? Ashes. Very good. So this ashes mixes with the soil. Whatever after burning the ash remains, no? That ash mixes with the soil. So after mixes, is there any advantage that ash mixes with the soil? Is there any advantage? Yes. The soil gets fertility, more fertility, okay, more nutritious values. So when the soil gets nutrients values, it's easily grown different variety of crops. Okay, this process is also called shifting agriculture. Shifting agriculture, okay, shifting cultivation or shifting agriculture. So this is slash and burn. So first they slashing and the burning the grass, they mixes with the ash, and finally they started growing the different crops. This kind is called it as slash and burn agriculture. Okay, this is the kind of primitive subsistence. Then what kind of crops will grow now? What kind of crops? All variety of crops will grow, like rice, wheat, okay, and different pulses, variety of oil seeds, all kind of crops will grow over there. But the thing is, they select some patch of land, they use some simple tools, okay, and also some animals also they use to plough the area. And after, when it gets the soil fertility, no, after cultivation of crops so many years, it may loses the fertility. That means the soil may loses the fertility. That time what they do, they shift to the another patch of small area, and same process been done. Okay, clearing, burning, mixes with the ashes, with soil. Okay, this all process been done. Okay, that's why it is also called as shifting cultivation. That means they shifted the land, no? So that's why it is called as shifting cultivation. Then is this shifting cultivation, whatever the land they left off, was it useful? Is the land is useful? Yes, it is also useful, but after some years. So after some years, so it gets a nutritious value slowly, and the land is fit for the cultivation process. It's not the meaning that land was totally like a fallow, like waste land. Okay, so this is called primitive subsistence. Understood now, everybody? Good. Now let's see the second type in this. What is second type, ma? Any idea? Primitive subsistence after intensive subsistence farming. So in this intensive subsistence, look at this. Here also the same patch of land. Look at this ones. The same patch of land they used. That means a small amount of land only, but more labor intensity. More labor intensity, why? In a small amount of land, we need more and more production. Why more and more production means? Due to the population growth. Day by day population increasing. So first they selected the populated area, heavy populated area. There they start this intensive type of farm. Intensive also small patch of land only. But in the same amount of small patch of land, we need more and more production. So that every farmer's requirement be fulfilled. Okay? But here the thing is, in traditional way, that means in primitive, small tools they used. But here, they use modern techniques. Modern techniques means what? Combine harvesters, tractors, okay? Huge machineries they use. Understood, ma'am? That is called as intensive. So simple tools they used in primitive one, and huge machinery like fertilizers, machinery, everything used in the intensive type one. Okay, but amount of land is small only. Small patch of land will get more and more production. Not only for farmer survival, even for population requirement also. That is second type. And third, very important is commercial farming. Okay, so in this primitive, is there any in different states where this kind of farming practice been done? Slash and burn. So here, which area is this? Which state of India is this? Chhattisgarh. So in Chhattisgarh as well as in Andaman and Nicobar. So this kind of shifting cultivation on primitive kind of cultivation, we call this as a Dipa. Whereas in northeastern states like Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, like these northeastern states, we call this as a Juming cultivation. Juming. That means same process only, but in different area having different names. Got it? So in Chhattisgarh as well as in Andaman and in northeastern part of the states. Likewise different areas also will have. I will give you the list to you after this. So this is called as primitive one. Have you understood? And not only in countries all over the different world countries, we have this kind of practice. Which kind of practice? Shifting cultivation. So what the other names we have? This is Mexico and Central America. So in these two areas, the shifting cultivation is nothing but milpa. That means there also the people engage with this kind of cultivation, but name only differ. Milpa. In northeastern states of India, it's Juming, and here it is milpa. Okay, as well as in other part of the countries like Venezuela. So in Venezuela, what we call it as a Conuco. Understood? So this is a shifting cultivation name. Next, another important area, Central Africa. So in Central Africa, we call this as a maso. This slash and burn agriculture called it as a maso. Understood? These are the variety of slash and burn agriculture. Have you understood, ma? Yes. Now, this is the second important type. Already I told you the second important type. This is for farmer self-consumption and for farmer survival. But here what the thing is? High population pressure. Small patch of land. Okay, due to the high population pressure, they need to grow more and more production. For that, what is needed? Tools, modern techniques we need. Okay, fertilizers we need, pesticides also we need. So these biochemical technology also they used in a small patch of land. That type of called it as intensive subsistence farming. Okay. Now in these two, which one is labor intensive farming? Tell me. More labor intense farming. Very good. Intensive subsistence. So in which farming they used traditional methods. Primitive subsistence farming. Very good. So in the next we need to understand about the third important kind, commercial farming. So this commercial farming, here in the two categories what we have seen, the farmer's family needs, requirements, everything we have seen. But in this time, after growing these crops, farmer will get more and huge income. Understood? So, the type of farming we performed more to earn money. To which crops they earn more money means? The commercial crops, like cash crops. Okay? Cash crops means what? Tobacco, rubber, cotton, jute. These are all the crops. After growing, the farmer more gets income. Clear? This time we call this as a commercial. Now my question is, in intensive, here also they used modern techniques? Yes. So here much modern techniques being utilized in this category. Why? Because to earn more income, it's a huge amount of patch of land, big farmland. So in the big farmland, sometimes they grow one single crop, sometimes they grow multiple crops. Understood? So most probably for higher growth of production, they utilize the different techniques. Modern machinery. Sometimes they use HYV seeds, Sometimes they use modern, what is called machinery like combined harvesters. Okay, so these kind they may utilize in this. That's why it is called as commercial crops. In this commercial crop, we have, look at this one picture. More pesticides, more irrigation. Okay, big patch of land and more technology. Okay, so ultimately what we get? More production, and farmer also will get finally huge income. Okay, so this is called commercial farming. So in this commercial farming, children, let's see, the primitive one means for self-consumption, and intensive for modern machinery they used, and in this primitive small patch of land, and even in intensive also small patch of land. Okay, and here primitive tools they use like sticks and all, but here the modern machineries they use. Okay, this is the two differentiations of primitive and is intensive. Clear na? Good. Now let's see, in this what is the land use pattern we have? Land use pattern in the sense, we know all variety of crops will grow, but what kind of pattern does India exist? The cropping pattern. So mostly we have entire cropping pattern depends on seasons. Yes, we have like harvesting season, sown season. Okay, in 1 month we'll sow, and finally in another month we'll, after 4 months or 5 months, we'll take a harvest. Okay, so likewise, what kind of practice, agricultural practice that India exists? For that, it depends on 3 important seasons. What are the 3 important seasons? The cropping pattern. Look at this. One is Rabi season, and second Kharif season, and third Zaid season. Rabi, Kharif, Zaid season. Clear? So first let us see the Rabi. Rabi is nothing but winter season. Rabi, it's winter crop season. Okay, Kharif, rainy season. Kharif, rainy season. Clear? And Zaid is summer season, summer crop season. These are the 3 variety of seasons, the crop pattern seasons which we have. So let's start with Rabi crops. These Rabi crops mostly sown in different months and finally harvested in different months. So first, in these Rabi crops sown in October to December first. Okay, that's the sowing months. And in the summer from April to June, harvested. That means cutting down of the areas. Clear? The crops particularly. And October to December it's sown, and finally when we are getting the harvesting the final crop in the month of June. Most probably April to June. Clear? So this is belongs to which crop season means it's a Rabi crop season. Particularly in the major crop which grows in Rabi, nothing but wheat crop. Okay, so what are the other crops here? Wheat, barley, peas, gram and mustards. These are all which season crops? Rabi crops. Okay, so mainly these produces in different areas. That means almost every area these kind of products will not be. So in particularly different states these kind of products will. So here, these crops are mainly produced by which states? Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. So these are all the states where Rabi crops grown mostly. Okay, look at this. These are all the states names. So these states names mostly they will import to the other part of the countries also. Clear? And this is Rabi. And the next season is Kharif. Nothing but rainy crops, the rainy season crops. But in this also, sown season is different. That means sown months are different. And finally harvesting season also different. So when this sown means on the onset of monsoon, particularly in the month of June and July. But finally harvested in the month of September to October. Okay, sown month, harvest month. Particularly which crops are Kharif crops? Majority of the crop is paddy, means rice. Okay, rice is a kharif crop. Apart from this, the other important crops also there. What are those? Paddy, maize. Maize means corn. Okay, and jawar, bajra, tur dal, moong, urad, cotton, jute, groundnut, also soybean. These are all the crops Nana grows in particularly kharif season, means rainy crops. Clear? And among them paddy is a rain-fed crop. It absorbs more and more water. Particularly rainy season means we get rains. So soybean absorbs more water. Clear? Likewise all the different crops also. And but where in which states mostly these kind of crops grow? Assam, West Bengal, Odisha, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Maharashtra. So these are all the states particularly produces which crops? Kharif crops. Okay. But here, particularly in these three states, what are those? Assam, West Bengal and Odisha. These are the three states which grows more three crops, particularly of paddy crop. So what there is importance also there, and these kind of crops mainly produced in particularly these three states as Aus, Aman and Boro. Aus, Aman and Boro. Okay, so these are the important crops which belongs to a kharif. And final season what children? The third important season is Zaid season. Now daily you only tell we have completed kharif season, we have completed Rabi. Means winter completed, rainy completed. Which season left? Summer. So summer crops mainly considered as a Zaid crops. Okay. Particularly variety of vegetables, variety of fruits, cucumber, muskmelon, watermelon, mangoes. Okay, these are all comes and belongs to summer crops. Clear? So these Zaid crops, kharif crops, and then what are the other crops? Season. First season which we have discussed. Very good. Rabi season. So these are the cropping patterns. So what we have completed now? Very good. These are all cropping patterns. So how agriculture practiced in India, which depends on the cropping season. Okay, and previously we have seen three types of farming. What are those? Very good. Very good. And last one, commercial farming. Okay. Now in this commercial farming, modern machinery used, modern machinery. Can you tell what kind of modern machinery in the sense? Very good. Tractors, combine harvesters, modern machinery like, and also important like pesticides, fertilizers, more and more irrigation. Okay. These are all being provided in this time. Clear? Have you understood this lesson? Okay, two topics we have covered. Now I will show you. In the map, in this shifting cultivation, we have seen in the different states of India. No? Now in countries also we have seen. Some of the different states, okay, I will give you the list. That list you have to note down in your book. And tomorrow I am going to ask you. Which state, what is the shifting cultivation name? Which state, what is the name of the shifting cultivation? I will give you the list. Okay, so let's start with. In the map I will show you. Okay, you just note down map. In this map I will show you. Here we'll see once. This is in India. I'll tell you the different places once you note down. Which state you have to tell first. Okay? Where I put the cursor, you have to tell is which state. This is the central part of India. The state name is Madhya Pradesh. So in Madhya Pradesh, the slash and burn agriculture is called it as Bewar, B-E-W-A-R, Bewar, and Dahiya. Over. Next step. Which state is this? Very good. Andhra Pradesh. So in Andhra Pradesh also slash and burn agriculture be practiced. Okay. So this slash and burn agriculture in Andhra Pradesh, we call this as Podu. P-O-D-U. Podu or Penda. P-E-N-D-A. Penda. Podu or Penda. Okay. Next step. We'll move on to here Andaman and Nicobar. Already we have seen Andaman and Nicobar. Do you remember?
Yes.
What it is?
Dipa.
Very good. Dipa. D-I-P-A. Next, we'll move on to Assam. Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh. So this part, mainly, what kind of slash and burn? Zooming. Yes. Now our comes to northern boundary. This northern boundary fully covered with Himalayas. So in Himalayan belt, slash and burn called it as hills. K-H-I-L-S. Hills. Okay, so in Himalayan belt, the slash and burn called it as a hills. Whereas in Andhra Pradesh, Podu or Penda. Whereas in Madhya Pradesh, Bewar or Dahiya. Okay, Bewar or Dahiya. So these are all like different places. And as usual, Milpa. Milpa is also there, no? But in which country it used to be known? Mexico, as well as in one more place, Central America. So not only in India, even in some other countries also, this kind of slash and burn agriculture is practicing. But they are having different local names. Same practice we continue, but having different names. Okay? I hope you all understood, children. Have you any doubts in this chapter? No, in this topic? Good. So tomorrow's homework is you have to bring one map paper, okay, by locating different states which have some different slash and burn agriculture names. Likewise, I have given examples now. The same kind of, you have to locate the place first, the place to be located, and what is the slash and burn agriculture name. Okay, likewise, each and every. And whatever you have more, like more information you can gather from other sources. And I have given very few, yes, some more also you gather it. Like in Maharashtra, what do we call? Okay, or else in Punjab and Haryana, what do we call? Likewise, you bring your information. Tomorrow we will check it. Okay, thank you children, thank you very much.